Hello, Isabel. Is the doctor in?
Hello, Mrs. Ryan. Come right in. Why, you look lovely today.
Hey, Isabel.
Hi, Florence. What brings you to town?
Well, you know those headaches I've been talking about? They haven't been getting any better. So Mother says I should see the doctor.
Did your mother come along with you?
She had to help Father with the cabin. But since it was to see the doctor, she said I could go alone.
A girl needs someone to come along for a doctor's appointment. Would you like me to go in with you? I could hold your hand if you need to get a shot.
That would be wonderful.
Father, Florence liked me to come in with her.
Nonsense. Florence will be just fine. You run along.
But Father...
Run along, Isabel. You certainly are a pretty girl, Florence. Now just relax. Everything is going to be just fine.
Isabel, you're late for dinner.
I'm not hungry.
Growing children need to eat. Here, take this platter in and sit down. Where did you ride today?
Oh, just around, no place special.
Your father tells me that your friend Florence was here for an appointment today. How is she?
I think she'll be just fine. I gave her something to ease the headaches and help her sleep.
Isabel, aren't you glad your father is such a fine doctor?
May I please be excused?
But dear, you haven't eaten a thing.
Please. Hi, Florence.
Hello.
How are you feeling? Is your headache better?
I guess so.
Is there anything else wrong?
It's probably nothing.
It's all right.
Well, when I woke up this morning from the anesthesia, I felt, I don't know, strange. And when I was changing, I looked down and I noticed,
We can talk about this later.
no, I just want to forget about it.
Isabel, come set the table for supper. Isabel, did you hear me?
Everybody in this one-horse town can hear you. Yes, Mother, I'll be just a minute.
Your father expects supper to be on the table at 6. I hope you're not wasting your time on those silly magazines.
Mother said you wanted to see me.
Yes, Isabel, come in. Sit down. What's that you have there?
It's the new issue of Photoplay. See, that's Enid Bennett as Maid Marian, and that is Douglas Fairbanks as Robin Hood. They say it's just a gem dandy picture, Father. Do you think when it comes to Casper we could go and see it?
What I wanted to talk to you about, Isabel, is that you're spending a substantial amount of time reading those magazines instead of things that will improve your mind and help you grow into the wife and mother that you will be someday.
But I want to be in the pictures, Father, not just a housewife.
Lots of girls have silly fantasies about their future. Why, only a year ago you thought you might be a cowgirl. Does that idea still appeal to you?
I suppose not. Not unless I were a cowgirl in the pictures.
No. Proper women do not go about showing themselves off, Isabel. Modesty is a virtue.
That's not fair, Father. Acting isn't showing off just because people look at you when you do it. Do your patients who come to see you show off when you look at them?
Those are two completely different subjects, Isabel. And I've told you never to talk about my patients to anyone.
Yes, Father.
I'm sure many girls dream about being in the pictures. But there are unscrupulous men who would use your dreams to take advantage of you, and I couldn't bear that. You know that no one will ever love you more than your mother and I do.
But
This discussion is ended. Now give me that magazine and choose something from my bookshelf to read. And since you're so keen on Robin Hood, you should enjoy Ivanhoe. Isabel, your mother and I have some news that we hope will please you.
Are we getting a new motor car?
No, it's much more exciting than that.
It's something just for you.
I've told you how going to boarding school helped me to grow up. We want you to have the same opportunity.
Boarding school. But there's none anywhere near here.
Your father and I have found an excellent girls' school in Minnesota. Minnesota?
In Faribault, near Minneapolis. It's called St. Mary's Hall. The facilities are first rate and the faculty has my complete support. You'll get a far better education than you get in the country schools around here.
And you'll learn so much more than just academics. They will help polish your manners and prepare you to run your own home someday.
You're sending me all the way to Minnesota by myself. But I won't know a soul.
Isabel, meeting new people and learning to make the right sort of friends is a very important part of every young lady's education. I know this will be a change, but we believe that St. Mary's is the right place to develop and to guide you. You need to be exposed to more than just roughnecks and cowboys.
Jeez, I'm gonna miss Florence.
Well, you and Florence and any of your other friends that you miss can still be pen pals. Oh, that will be a good way to practice writing proper social letters.
Dear Florence, I am very well. I hope you are very well also. Are your mama and papa very well as well? It won't be the same.
It's all part of growing up, dear.
When do I have to go?
At the beginning of the next term. No sense changing horses in midstream. You'll have plenty of chances to spend time with your friends before that.
Yes, Father.
Does this please you, Isabel?
I don't really know. It's just such a big change, and may I be excused?
You haven't finished your meal.
I'm sorry, Mother. I know. Just my stomach, it's fluttery and nervous, and it must be the news.
We know this will be a big change for you. It will take some time to get used to. You may go to your room.
Thank you, Father.
Are you sure we're doing the right thing?
She'll never get a decent education around here. And we've done everything we can.
I remember how scared and lonely I was when I first went away to school.
Yes, and you came through fine. And so will Isabel.
Your father and I are very proud of you, Isabel.
I worked hard for my grades. English and Latin came pretty easily to me, but I never would have made it through mathematics if Ethel hadn't helped me so much.
Hope you thanked her.
Of course I did. I even got her a little brooch as a gift.
Well done, Isabel. You're becoming a thoughtful young woman.
St. Mary's has been very good for you.
It truly has. I'm so glad you two sent me here. You know I've always dreamed of moving to a big city, and now I feel completely prepared.
I think you're ready to take on Kentucky.
You know, I've been thinking about Chicago. My friend Alice lives there, and her family said I could stay with them until I find a job and a suitable place to live.
Nonsense. You are not moving to Chicago all by yourself. Your mother still has family in Kentucky who live near Hamilton College. Have you heard of it?
I think so. It's an all-women's college, isn't it?
It is. And we've secured a place for you in the freshman class this autumn.
You have?
And your aunt and uncle are thrilled at the idea of having you close by.
But I've never even met them.
It's high time you did, as well as your cousins.
You don't mean I'm to live with them?
No, their home is not close to the college, but you'll have family nearby should you ever need anything.
Of course, I hope you'll be a wife and mother someday. But in case that doesn't happen soon, you can prepare to be a teacher for a little while.
Surely they've taught you to think ahead here, Isabel.
They have. But they hardly need to because you two have my whole life planned for me already.
Sarcasm is not becoming to a young woman.
No, Mother, I don't mean to be ungrateful. I've got to return the cap and gown before the banquet. I'll meet you two outside the library at past.
That will be fine. Don't fret, Isabel. Everything will work out for the best.
See you in a little while.
Isabel, come here.
I know, I messed up that line in Act 2, but I'm gonna memorize it 20 times tonight.
And I'm sure you will, but that's not why I called you over here. Someone wants to meet you. Someone handsome. You know my fellow Bob Marwin? It's one of his fraternity brothers.
I have a fan.
I guess you do.
Isabel, this is...
Cowboy Underwood. Yeah, I know who you are. All of us girls go to the basketball games when we don't have rehearsal.
I have a fan?
I guess you do.
Tell me, pretty lady, when you have one of these shows, do you eat supper before or afterwards?
I'm usually too nervous to eat before. Most of us go for a bite afterwards.
Well, there's something that we have in common. Not that I get nervous before a game, but I don't like a heavy meal weighing me down. We play better when we're hungry.
Must be a good plan. The team's been doing great this year.
Listen, I hear that you have a show tomorrow? We have a game tomorrow night as well, which means we'd both be available for supper around 10 o'clock. Would you like to go to a late supper with me at Morrison's Chop House?
Such a nice place. I have a better idea. How about the four of us go? You and me, and Bob and Elizabeth.
I love double dates.
Well, that's all right by me if Bob's available.
Oh, he'll be available. He better be.
Then it's a deal. Bob and I will pick the two of you up here after the show tomorrow.
Sounds divine. And good luck with the game tomorrow.
And good.
Oh no, don't say it. It's theater superstition. We say break a leg instead.
All right. If you say so, break a leg. But if that happens, you aren't getting out of dinner. I'll pick you up and carry you myself if I have to.
My hero. My unbroken legs and I will see you tomorrow night.
Isabel is home and she has someone with her.
Mother, I'm so happy to see you.
Isabel, this is a surprise. We expected you to be at college for the summer term.
Yes, but Mother, I wanted you to meet...
Isabel, what brings you home? Are you ill?
No, Father, I'm fine. I'm better than fine. I've never been so happy in my life. May we come in, or shall we stay out all afternoon on the porch?
Is this a friend of yours? Is that your car, young man?
You didn't drive all the way across the country with him.
Yes, Mother, we drove across the country together, and yes, that means we stayed at hotels together too. No, there's not a whiff of scandal about it, because as I've been trying to tell you two, we're married.
You're what?
Now may we come in, or shall we stay out here and make a Shoshoni town meeting?
Yes, my goodness, of course, come in. Our neighbors mind our business enough as it is. I do hope your young man isn't ill, Isabel.
My husband is fine, Mother. He's just tired. We didn't see a decent-looking place to stop in Nebraska, so he drove the night straight through. He just needs a nap.
So did Mr. Underwood earn a degree at the university, or was basketball his only course of study?
He graduated in May with a bachelor's in education. At most schools, they want the coaches to teach too, and now he can.
Oh, has he thought about putting in his application somewhere near here? Oh, I'm sure they could use his skills at the high school in Casper. It would be so nice to have you living close by again. Lee, you know some men in the Casper School Administration, don't you?
Cowboy's already accepted a position in Lexington to start this fall.
Do you always call him by that silly nickname?
It's what the fans call him, Mother. But if you insist on being formal, his given name is Lovell.
Is it a teaching job?
Coaching at Transylvania University.
Ah, I see an advantage to that, Livia. Isabel will be able to continue her studies at Hamilton. I would like her to see her education through to the end, not become one of those, what do they call them now? Dropouts. However, since you are a married woman now, it's no longer your mother's or my responsibility to pay for your tuition. That must be shouldered by your husband. Is he willing to do that?
Well, sure, he can. We could even get a discount on the tuition since Hamilton and Transylvania are in the same system. But we've talked about it, and I think some practical experience will do me more good now.
Practical experience in what?
What I love, Father. What I've always loved, acting.
Isabel, be sensible.
Sensible? Where is the sense in slaving away at a job that you hate? I've already interviewed with several of the theater companies in Chicago. Yes, good, well-established ones, and they seem pretty interested. It's not that far from Lexington, so when I'm in a show, Cowboy can come up on the weekends, and when I'm not, I can go down there and visit him.
So is it your intention to squander the good education that we've given you so far?
An actress? In Chicago? You have no idea how dangerous a big city is for a pretty young girl. And your husband won't even be there to protect you. You are both lunatics if you think this is any way to start your lives together.
Mother, you have some awfully outdated ideas about the theater. It is not a den of iniquity. I'll be just as safe as if I were a secretary in an office.
Well, you're a married woman now, and we can't tell you what to do. But this is not a choice that makes us happy. And if Mr. Underwood is willing to go along with it, that doesn't give us a high opinion of your marriage.
I don't want us to be angry with each other, but I'm not going to change my mind. Cowboy is willing to back me up on this, and that's good enough for me. So if you don't approve of us and our marriage, I guess we'll go put our things back in the car.
Now just settle down a minute. Let's talk things through.
Mother, this isn't some crazy little whim. I've had this dream for a long time, and nobody is going to make me settle for an ordinary little life. Wondering every time I see a play or a movie if that could have been me up there. If I had just had the gumption to try. Well, I do have the gumption and the talent. And I'm not going to stay and rot in some little town. Cowboy believes in me, even if you don't.
Well, it doesn't appear as though you have any more sense now than you had when you were 12 years old.
I'm sorry you feel that way. And I hope when I'm a star, you'll both still come and see me. But for now, I'm going to wake up my husband, and we'll drive back to Casper tonight. And don't worry about me. I'll write when I'm in Chicago. Cowboy, honey, let's pack up the car. There's been a change of plans.
Hello? Mother, are you there?
Isabel, is that you? What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. I'm finally doing it. I'm going to New York.
New York? That's even farther away.
Mother, it's what I've been working so hard for. 3 years of doing stock companies in Chicago and Nebraska. I won't pretend it hasn't been hard, but it's all gonna pay off. My agent says it'll be a cinch to get me some good roles in some real Broadway plays. Broadway, Mother. That's what every actress dreams of.
So you don't actually have a job in New York yet?
Gosh, no. But that's how it is in this business. You just keep going to auditions until you get something. And Charlie, my agent, he says I'm at the perfect point to make it big. I've got plenty of experience, I get good notices in the papers, and I'm still young enough to play ingenue roles. That's how most young girls make it into theater. If I keep waiting much longer, I'll get stuck in character roles, and those hardly ever make you a star.
what does your husband think about this? Is he going to go to New York with you?
I don't think so. Cowboy's awful wrapped up in that coaching job of his. He has to attend all the games, of course, and most of them on the weekends, so it's been a while since he's come up to see me in any shows.
Have you been going to Lexington very often?
That's been hard too. I mean, when I do have a part, I have to be here from Tuesday nights to Sunday afternoons, and it doesn't leave much time to drive there and back. We're lucky if we have 12 hours together.
Have you even told him about this New York idea?
Not yet. The last time I was there, he kept talking about wanting to have babies, and when I told him that would be the death of my career, he got pretty upset.
Honestly, Isabel, I can't say that I blame him. Most couples want a family.
I know, I thought it would be different for us. I guess he's more traditional than I realized. I don't think we even have that much in common anymore.
Isabel, are you really happy? Is it worth giving up what most girls dream of? A home and a family?
I truly am. I worked so hard for this, and now it's so close I can almost touch it. I just have to hang on a little bit longer and believe in myself, and I want you and Father to believe in me too.
I don't think I'll tell your father about this just yet. His eyes are getting weaker every day, and it makes him frustrated and a bit short-tempered. I think I'll wait until I have some good news to tell him.
All right, Mother. But I believe it's coming. I'll have some good news real soon.
The city never sleeps, a dreamer goes like insane by day, reminded mad at night. Hey mama, I'm going to New York, Big Apple, I'm on my way.
Peggy, I got a part. You gotta help me though, because I go on tonight.
Really?
Charlie called, and the girl who plays the secretary in Up Pops the Devil, she went and quit on him. She's off getting married or something. Anyway, the stage manager saw me at auditions last week and remembered me, so he called Charlie and asked if I could learn a part in 3 hours. Can you? You bet I can. Doing stock in Chicago, we always had to learn things last minute and cover for each other. Charlie's secretary must be on the way with the script right now. Is it a big part? It's not a lead, but it's got some funny bits, and I know I can nail it. Can you help me run lines the rest of the afternoon? I have to be at the theater by 6 for wardrobe.
Of course. Do you think you can give me a ticket to come see you tonight?
I'll do my best. Peggy, I'm gonna be on Broadway. That'll be Shirley with the script. I'll be right back. Excuse me, can you tell me where I could find Eleanor Bedford?
If you want an autograph, you have to wait outside the doors.
No, I'm a friend of hers. She's supposed to take me to dinner.
Dressing rooms are down that hall, and she's in the far back end.
Thank you. Oh, excuse me, I really should... You're Lee Tracy.
Now, you're not an undercover policewoman, are you?
Gosh, no.
In that case, yes. I'm Lee Tracy.
You were terrific in the show tonight.
Well, thank you.
Wish I had something more original to say. I'm sure you get tired of everybody telling you how good you are.
Well, I managed to tolerate it somehow. You know, when I first started out, everybody told me how bad I was. Now, that I got tired of.
No, I'm sure you were good from the very start.
You know, you look familiar. Have I seen you in a show?
Maybe. I played the secretary in Up Pops the Devil. It only closed about a month ago.
I did see you in that. You got a lot of laughs out of a small part. I believe I heard a story about you, too.
About me?
Yeah, somebody told me that you took that part on with almost no warning.
That's true. I got the part at 3 in the afternoon and was on stage that night.
I thought it was an exaggeration, but I guess not. I thought I was a quick study. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ms.
Jewell. Isabel Jewell.
The perfect name for a gem of an actress. How long did it take you to come up with it?
My parents came up with it.
You mean it's your real name?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's gonna look great up in lights someday.
Sure hope so. Listen, it's been great to meet you, Mr. Tracy, but I really should go find Eleanor. We're supposed to go to supper.
Ellie Bedford? She's a friend of yours?
Mm-hmm. We lived at the same rooming house together.
Would it be too forward of me to invite myself to come and have dinner with two lovely actresses? I can't think of a better way to spend the evening. There is one condition, though.
And what's that?
No more of this Mr. Tracy. You call me Lee.
I'd love to have you come along, but we don't really eat at fancy places. Typically, we just go to the automat.
Now, who needs fancy places when you got a pocket full of nickels? Tell you what, you go get Ellie, I'll go get my coat and hat.
All right, see you in a few minutes, Lee.
It's a date.
Your sister must have been really glad to have you there to help after the baby was born.
Oh, she was. Her husband works such long hours. I don't know how she would have managed all by herself.
Well, it was sweet of you to be there, Clara. Kind of makes me wish I had a sister to help out and share things.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm just an only child.
Well, where did you grow up, Isabel?
In Wyoming, a little town called Shoshoni, out in the middle of the prairie.
Oh, is that where you're going now?
Yep, but I'm just stopping for a day or two to see my folks. I'm really on my way to Hollywood.
Oh, are you going to try to get into the movies?
I am going to be in the movies. I already have a part lined up.
Really? You're an honest-to-goodness actress.
I sure am. I was in a play on Broadway called Blessed Event, and now they want to make a movie out of it. So they want me to play my same part, and 2 days ago, I packed my bags and bought a train ticket.
Oh, gosh, you're lucky.
It's not just luck. I've been acting for 5 years, and unless you're a big-name star, it's a tough way to make a living. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's just you never know from one week to the next if you're actually going to have a job or be able to pay your bills. But I have a good feeling about this one. I think it's going to be my big break.
I bet you'll be a star in no time. Just look at you. You're awful cute. I bet those fellas will be lining up around the block to see you in the movies.
Well, then maybe my parents will finally stop telling me to move back to Wyoming, get married, and have a dozen kids.
Oh, you don't seem like the prairie housewife type.
Thank you. It's the best compliment I've had all year.
Do you know who else is going to be in the movie with you?
Oh, just some fella named Jimmy Cagney.
Really? Oh my goodness. Is it a gangster movie?
No, it's a comedy, but they say he can play just about any part.
What's it called again?
Blessed Event.
Well, when it comes to Warm Springs, I am going to be the first in line to buy my ticket. And I'm going to brag to all my friends that I know the actress, Isabel
Jewell.
That's right. Isabel Jewell.
Isabel, you know I've never truly understood this passion you have for acting, but I have to admit you seem to be making a success of it.
I just want my little girl to be happy.
I know, Mother, and I really, truly am. I've already gotten further than most girls who try to get into acting, and now that I've got my foot in Hollywood's door, things are going to be so nice. There's a lot more jobs in movies than there are on stage, and I know I've got the talent. Someday soon, even Father will have to admit, this isn't such a crazy dream.
Dear, you know how hard it is to change his mind once he has an opinion. It seems to be more the case as his vision gets worse. You know, he can only make out light and shadow now, and they seem to be getting worse every day.
How can he still practice medicine?
Oh, his mind is still sharp, Isabel. And besides, he doesn't need to see the crying baby to tell the mother what to do for croup.
But there's a young doctor in town now, so he mostly consults. Oh, and doctors still write to him from all across the country about Rocky Mountain spotted fever. He knows more about that than anyone in the world, they say.
Well, where's he at this afternoon?
I'm afraid his mood will be dark when he arrives home this afternoon. He was called out to sign the death certificate
For one of his favorite patients.
Who?
Oh, one of the girls you knew in school, Florence Hansen.
Florence is dead. But how? She's my age.
A tragic accident, from what I understand. Your father had prescribed her a daily tonic to help steady her nerves.
but there was some morphine left over in their medicine cabinet from when her grandfather was dying of cancer. The 2 bottles must have looked similar. Poor Florence took medicine from the wrong bottle last night.
Did you see Father very often?
Well, almost every week. It really was quite sad. I always remember her being such a happy girl when you two were little. But by the time she was 16 or 17, she started to seem withdrawn and listless. Your father never was able to diagnose her, but he never gave up. He once told me not to bill her parents for those office visits since he wasn't able to find a cure. We certainly spent a lot of time trying. I think he believed that just talking with her would help lift her spirits.
She would have been better off never seeing him at all.
Why would you say such a thing?
I wish I'd kept writing to her. She didn't answer very often, but maybe I could have talked to her, could have helped her or warned her.
Warned her about what, Isabel?
How could you not know?
What are you talking about?
The thing in this house that nobody talks about.
Do you hear? Yes, I think that's Jimmy Ferguson's automobile. Do you remember him? Oh, he's been so helpful driving Lee from one place to another since his eyes have gotten so bad. Would you move your bags into the corner so he doesn't trip on them when he comes in?
Why don't I just take them upstairs to my room? It is still my room, isn't it?
Of course, dear.
Oh, it's gonna be nice. It's time to roll the dice. Take a chance on life, I won't be denied. It's gonna be nice. Yes, it's gonna be nice. Thought it over once or twice. No more walking on thin ice. No more alibis. It's gonna be nice.
Lee? My gosh, I didn't expect to see you here.
I thought you should see a friendly face when you got off the train. Welcome to Los Angeles, kiddo.
I can hardly believe I'm here. I'm so glad to see you.
You know, the dames around here, they can't hold a candle to you. You're going to be a star in no time. So I thought I'd better get down here and make sure you don't forget your old pal.
No chance of that. But how did you know I was coming? Or do you just hang around the station always waiting for young women that can't carry their own cases?
Now that's an angle I never thought of. But I had a pretty good idea when you'd get here. Rufus told me you had to be here by this evening, so I took a chance and came down this afternoon.
Well, who's Rufus?
The casting agent.
Oh, sure. Is he a pal of yours?
An acquaintance, and I've got a piece of news for you. Jimmy Cagney got up on his high horse and demanded more money, so the studio canned him.
Jeez. I was looking forward to working with him. So, does that mean the picture's off or postponed?
No, it's still on. They've got his replacement all lined up.
Any idea who it is?
Yeah, it's some hack by the name of, Lee Tracy.
Honestly? You're not kidding.
It's me.
Lee, that's wonderful.
And we've both got to be there at 7 a.m. tomorrow for makeup. Have you got a place lined up to stay?
I just thought I'd get a cheap motel for a couple nights until I could find an apartment or better rooms somewhere.
I don't like the idea of you and some of the flea bags around this town. But I know an okay place that you can stay for free tonight. Comes with dinner and drinks. Charming company. And a free ride to the studio in the morning.
Gracious. Are you trying to take advantage of a little Wyoming gal that doesn't know her way around the city?
It's usually the gals that take advantage of me, and I surely hope you will. Carry your bags to my chariot, miss.
Why, thank you, sir. Whisked away by a movie star. What a way to make my entrance. Charlie, it's not fair. Why would they drive me all the way out here to make a picture and not even list me in the credits?
It happens all the time. Don't take it personal. It could be that you're just starting out and they don't know your name yet. Ask your pal Lee. He didn't get credited for his first film.
But I got credited for that mystery short I did in New York.
Well, that's different. There was only 6 or 7 people in the whole cast. And it was an East Coast operation. They got their own way of doing things out here.
Charlie, can't you do anything about it?
I'm sorry, kiddo. It's out of my hands. Hey, this should make you feel better. I got you an audition for Crime of the Century. Paramount, Friday at 10.
Well, that's great. What kind of part is it?
I can't say for sure. They're casting for a couple different things. Just get there early, look pretty, show them what you can do.
You bet I will. Thanks, Charlie.
Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby. Who's that coming down the street? Who's that looking so petite? Who's that coming down?
Look, I don't want to hear any more talk about you giving up. You got too much talent. And besides, you got like 7 years of experience. And I know that you can play any role they throw at you.
I didn't say I'm giving up. I said I'm going back to New York where they appreciate me. I've had 2 film roles since I moved here. Both of them have been uncredited. In the last one, I sat in the background and played bridge.
Look, you gotta stick to it. Didn't Otto Kruger ask you to be in that play that you're in? His word means a lot. I guarantee there are gonna be casting agents and directors in the audience all the time. They will see how good you are.
That doesn't matter. Do you know what Charlie told me yesterday?
What?
The word is I don't photograph well. I'm a good enough actress, but nobody wants to see me on screen. It's no wonder I've been knocking on doors for months and I can't even get an audition.
Charlie ought to be out there getting you work, not tearing you down. You know, I wish you'd let me help you. Nothing underhanded, nothing like that. Just put a couple bugs into a couple of ears. Get somebody to give you a shot.
If I don't do it myself, I'll never be proud of it. And I don't want anything I haven't earned, and I really don't want people on set just whispering, she got the part because she's Lee Tracy's girlfriend.
What if they were on set whispering, she got the part because she's Lee Tracy's wife?
We both know Hollywood marriages are doomed, sugar. Why would you want to go and mess up a good thing? Hello?
Isabel, it's Charlie. You sitting down?
No, I'm on my way out the door. I've got to be at the theater in half an hour.
Well, when you get there, you can give me a notice. You got a screenshot at MGM next week.
Really?
Sure thing. One of the casting directors saw you in that play you're doing, called me straight up. Actually, a couple people called me. The guy from MGM was just first.
Charlie, that's wonderful. I've got to go right now, but let me grab a pencil and I'll take down the details. Lee, I wanted to do this on my own.
Look, I had nothing to do with you getting this test, baby. You did that with your acting. I just want to make sure they see you at your best. I mean, somebody's got to read across from you. Why not me?
Because that's not what a star does.
Look, this is your chance to show them what you can do. If they throw some kid in there from the mailroom across from you, he'll just drag you down. You and I have worked together before. You'll be comfortable. We'll just go in there, do it, and then we'll leave together. It'll be all on your shoulders, just like you want, right?
Right.
We're ready for you, Miss Jewell.
Break a leg, sweetheart. All right, boys and girls, fill up your glasses. Isabel brought us here to celebrate, and now it's time for the big announcement.
It's about time that ring finger wasn't going around naked.
This ring finger? Still naked as a jaybird, and I intend to keep it that way.
So what's the big news?
I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's family of contract players. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Isabel Jewell.
They put you under contract. How terrific.
Come on, Isabel, tell us a story. How did it happen?
Well, you all know I had that screen test about a month ago, the one I did with Lee. I got a part out of that.
You mean Forever Faithful?
That's the one. But they're thinking of changing the name of the picture to Day of Reckoning. Anyway, the director, Charles Brabin, he at first didn't think I looked right for the part. He wanted to put me in a black wig and make me look like Evelyn Brent. But I convinced him to let me try it my way.
Weren't you afraid he'd just can you and hire Evelyn?
I suppose he could have, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I just knew I could do it, so I tried. Later on, he told me he never believed that a cute little blonde could come across as a cold-hearted murderer.
A cold-hearted murderer? You?
You better believe it. I've already killed one bottle of champagne tonight, and I intend to kill another. Lee, would you do the honors again and start with me?
But what about the contract?
Lee, you tell this part. You were there for it.
I was in the commissary talking with LB's secretary, and she told me that he had just had a meeting with Brabin about Stage Mother, about the marketing for Stage Mother, the one that he just finished. I guess as he's leaving, he says, "Mr. Mayor, you better sign that Isabel Jewell kid. She's got something that everybody's gonna want." A week later, she's got a contract.
And I'm working on another picture right now. Otto Kruger's in Beauty for Sale. He asked the director to take a look at me for a part, and the next thing I know, I'm playing Hortense.
2 at once? Lucky you.
Luck schmuck. I worked my fanny off for this. And hard work makes you thirsty. So drink up, everyone. There's more where that came from.
Honey, I know Lee's done some things to help you out in the past, but he's starting to be a problem.
What do you mean, though, about Lee being a problem?
Look, every girl falls for a bad boy sooner or later. That doesn't mean you have to go down with his ship. You heard about that mess in Mexico.
Oh, he got a raw deal on that.
Oh, I'm sure he has his own version. The skinny around the front office is that he decided to use a Mexican military parade that was passing by his hotel balcony as a urinal.
I heard that, and that's just silly. Lee wouldn't do a thing like that. One of the men in the street yelled an insult at him. Lee might have made a rude gesture, but that's no reason to hang him.
Well, a rude gesture isn't usually enough to get you fired from a picture, and it certainly isn't enough to get you and the director fired.
I know. Lee does feel awful terrible about what he did to Howard, just for taking his side.
You're a tough case, Isabel. You gotta learn how to watch out for yourself.
Why? Isn't that what I've got you for?
Then take some advice. Lee's not the only fish in the sea.
I know. I like the mug. I'm not even wearing a ring.
Just keep your options open, honey. You haven't let him help you so far. Don't let him hurt you either.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You're about 3 hours early, kiddo.
Not New York. People in Times Square are yelling that for hours over there. I'm with them in spirit.
Oh, you're with everybody in spirits tonight, Isabel. Need a refill?
Please. What's your name again?
William, but you can call me Billy.
Billy. Well, Billy, you're this little nobody from the middle of nowhere, USA. Just made 8 pictures this year. And I think that's worth celebrating.
I won't argue with you on that. I only hope I can do the same someday. My mother said she would get me some parts, but so far she hasn't had much luck.
Why, has your mom got connections?
You really have had a few, haven't you? I told you an hour ago, my mother has had a hopper.
She is? Well, I made a picture with her last year.
Careful, honey.
I'm not gonna be mean about Billy's mother, even though she is old enough to play my grandmother.
Don't mind her. Champagne makes her goofy.
This business makes us all goofy. Don't worry, mom's the word when it comes to my mom.
That's the spirit, Billy. You know, I threw this party because Gertie thought I needed to meet new people. Well, you're a new person. So here's to new people and a new year and my first starring role.
That's great. What's the picture?
I don't know. I don't have it yet, but it's out there and it's gonna be great.
If you keep going at this rate, you're going to be asleep an hour before the new year gets here.
No, Billy will wake me up, won't you, Billy?
I've got something in my pocket that'll keep you awake. These are the same vitamins the studio gives those kids in the musical so they can film half the night.
Well, let me try.
Help yourself. One's good, but 2 are better.
2 then. So I always take good advice. Don't I, girl?
Oh yeah, and show business is famous for being full of good advice. Say, can I have some of those too?
Join the party.
Mother, don't try to put me off. I want to do this. It's one of the reasons I work so hard.
Sweetheart, you know your father's pride would be so hurt by taking money from his daughter. Well, he has a hard enough time accepting that his sight is completely gone.
He doesn't need to know, does he? Just slip a little something into your housekeeping money when you need a little extra. If it's not too much at once, he won't even notice. Besides, it's not like he can keep track of the books.
Don't be cruel, Isabel.
I don't mean to be. Honestly. I just don't like the thought of you two going without. And it's not like you can take the town's respect to the bank. After all those years you took care of me, why can't I return a little bit of the favor?
Are you sure you can afford it?
I've got a 3-year contract at $3,000 a week. And I'm not just doing MGM pictures anymore. Plenty of other studios want to put me in a bunch of films. If I'm in demand now, it might help me in the future.
But are you really happy, Isabel? Will we be hearing wedding bells for you and Lee?
Don't get your hopes up. We're still pals, but things have been cooling off for a while. I mean, we were together for the better part of 4 years, and by Hollywood standards, that's a lifetime.
I'm sorry, dear. But you're so pretty and bright. I'm sure the right man for you will come along.
Yes, I'm sure Prince Charming is just around the corner.
Isabel, you sound strange. Have you been drinking?
Let's see. Have I been drinking? Well, I live in Hollywood, so the answer would be yes. But not too much, don't worry. Just enough to help me sleep. It's medicinal.
That's what your father says when he has a glass of whiskey after dinner.
Well, then it really is just what the doctor ordered. Oh, by the way, you must tell Father about the picture I'm starting work on next week. It's A Tale of Two Cities. You know, the Dickens novel? I think he'll like that I'm working in a classic.
I'll be sure to tell him, dear. I should go check on him to see if he needs anything.
All right. Give him a kiss for me, Mother. Take one for yourself, too. Good night, Mother.
Good night, Isabel. Sleep tight.
Well, if my mother tells me so. It's starting to get me down, Charlie. 4 years ago, I made 9 pictures. The year after that, 5, and the next year, only 6.
Well, you gotta focus on quality, kid. You got great notices for Tale of Two Cities.
That was a year ago. It's ancient history.
And in case you're counting, you've done 10 pictures since then.
And who remembers them? The parts aren't getting any bigger, Charlie. I'm either the receptionist or the girlfriend of a minor character. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels, and I'm getting worried they won't renew my contract.
Even if they don't, there's plenty of people in this town that know you can act. I'm working on something right now that's gonna give you a chance to really show your stuff.
What is it?
I don't want to jinx it by saying something too early, but how would you like to work with Frank Capra?
Gee, who wouldn't?
Well, then start practicing your coughing.
Like that?
Sounds like a star cough to me, kid. Hey, hang on. The good times are just around the corner.
I sure hope so.
Now remember, tease a couple scenes, but don't give away too much. Oh, this is going to be the biggest opening in the history of the movies.
I know how to do a radio interview, Charlie. Jesus, I think they've got every single person in the cast doing one somewhere today. Clark and Vivian, of course, get all the network stuff.
Hey, everyone's going to get a boost from this opening. Just wait and see.
Sure hope so, Charlie. But you said the same thing about Lost Horizon.
Hey, you were great in that, kiddo.
Yeah, and then that crazy Capra shot a 6-hour movie. He cut it down to 3, and the studio executives still cried bloody murder. By the time he had 2 hours, all my best scenes were on the cutting room floor.
But people still remember you from it, though. You brought Gloria to life like no one else could. You're the real deal, Isabel. I've always known that about you.
Great. From your mouth to Hedda Hopper's ears. Luella Parsons, too.
There's our star of the day. I'm so happy you could join us, Isabel. Please, have a seat. I've been a big fan of yours ever since you did A Tale of Two Cities.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's Dixon Forbes. Just call me Dixon.
It's good to meet you, Dixon. This is Charlie, my agent.
My pleasure.
Happy to have you here. All right. If you want to take a look at the mic here, and we'll be ready here in just a minute. All right, ready?
Sir.
Perfect. We're live in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It may have been Christmas 3 days ago, but the City of Angels is getting an extra present. Tonight is the premiere of the biggest movie ever made, the movie you've all been waiting for, Gone with the Wind. And we have one of the stars of the upcoming film, Miss Isabel Jewell. You may have seen her in countless films over the last decade, and today she's going to be giving us the inside scoop on the movie you've all been dying to see. Isabel, did you do any love scenes with Clark Gable?
Oh gosh, no. I'm afraid Rhett Butler doesn't give a fig for Emmy Slattery. She's just poor white trash to him. It's not to say we didn't have some fun between scenes, though.
Now, what about the costumes? I heard that the seamstresses in Hollywood were sewing their fingers to the bone.
They're glorious, Dixon. Wait until the women out there see the dress that Scarlett wears at the big party. It's sublime. Gertie, when is something gonna go right for me?
What do you mean? You've been a working actress for darn near 20 years. That's better than most girls can say.
But no, I just feel like I'm working in a ritzy restaurant, and all I can afford is the leftovers too. When I get small parts, I get good notices, and it just gets me more small parts. Or I get leads in dogs that are so bad nobody wants to remember them. And then when I do get something good, like Lost Horizon, it doesn't add up to anything. And geez, Gone with the Wind. I made it into the biggest picture in history, and I have one line, and I played the woman everybody hates.
Being hated isn't so bad, as long as they remember you. Actors who play villains still get paid.
I don't mind playing villains. Sure, playing Kate in Day of Reckoning got me my contract. But that was it. I play one murderer, and then it's just back to receptionists and girlfriends.
Someone else is eating you, isn't it? I can tell. Come on, spill the beans.
My father's not doing well. I don't think he has that much time left. And I don't want him to die thinking I'm still a failure.
Don't talk like that. You're not a failure. You're making a living doing what you love. Look at all that you've done for him. That fancy new photograph and all the talking books he wants. It's not your fault he has that Victorian attitude towards actresses.
And we know that's never gonna change. As for my mother, all she wants is for me to get married and have kids. Jeez, when I married Paul, you would have thought I'd won half a dozen Oscars with the way she carried on. When we split up, I thought she was never gonna talk to me again.
How great could it have been? You hardly knew him before you married him, and he spent the whole of your marriage in the army, all 2 years of it.
Don't you start too, Gert. Just another thing I can't get right. Not my career, not my love, not anything. Can we get another round, please?
When you start talking about Paul, I know you've had too many. We better get you out of here. Never mind, hon. Just a check.
No, don't listen to her. Another round is exactly what we need. Or at least what I need. And don't be so stingy this time.
Oh, Izzy. All right. Who am I to argue when my best friend wants to feel sorry for herself? Another round it is. Well, what should we talk about now? How about how Lee was your one true love and you let him get away? Or how they'd welcome you back on Broadway with open arms? If you're gonna make your mascara run, you may as well do it right.
Gertie, why do we love this stupid life so much?
Guess the casting directors are right. Just a couple of dumb blondes.
You don't believe that any more than I do.
I guess not. The ones that got away. The men, the parts, the fame and fortunes. Will get you someday.
Someday. Just look at it. You can see all the lights coming on for miles and miles. It's beautiful, isn't it?
A different sort of beauty from what I'm accustomed to. It's so the opposite of peaceful.
You're right there. I don't think there's a single moment, even in the middle of the night, where I can't wake up and hear something if I try. A car, a person, something, some noise that people make. It's kind of comforting.
This noise is comforting?
I remember when I was a little girl, back in Shoshoni, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't hear a thing. It was as if the whole town was asleep. I mean, I could hear the wind, maybe a cricket, but it was as if I was the last person on Earth.
I will miss that peace and quiet.
It would drive me batty to live there now. I need to know there are people around me. I got used to it, I guess.
Well, at least I won't need to worry about bothering you. I really am very grateful to you for bringing me out here to live with you, Isabel. I was a bit lost after your father passed away. Thank goodness for Mary Robinson and her family. I don't know whether I would have been able to take care of myself. The loss hit me harder than I
know it's hard. We were married for 44 years. But still, it's not like he was a saint.
What do you mean? Your father was a good man.
In some ways, yes. But you had to have heard the stories. You had to have seen. It was in our own house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He always took extra time with his female patients, especially the attractive ones. And time wasn't all that he took.
Isabel!
I knew what was going on by the time I was 10 or 11. You had to have known something.
I know your father was a good husband and a fine doctor.
Was he a fine doctor for Florence? Every time I think about her, I want to cry. And I'm sure she's not the only one.
Florence's death was a tragic accident. You can't blame your father for that.
Yes, I can. I don't buy the medicine from the wrong bottle story. Florence was not the kind of person to make a dumb mistake like that. And you just turned a blind eye all these years.
Your father always insisted that I respect the privacy of his patients, and I did.
You stayed in the back of the house and didn't see what you didn't want to see. You just have a little more brandy.
That's not true.
Do you think I could smell it on your breath? All those phone calls where you gave me a hard time for having a few drinks, and you were such a hypocrite. You even keep a bottle in your bedroom here.
How can you think that I would
clean up, Mother? I notice things.
Life hasn't been easy for either of us, has it?
I don't think life has been easy on anyone. But at least we could be honest with one another.
I'm not proud of my drinking, Isabel. I was raised to believe that a lady never touched alcohol. I've learned the hard way it creates more heartache than it helps.
Well, I'll never be a teetotaler, but at least I'm not a secret drinker.
No, you're certainly not. But frankly, I worry more about all those pills in your medicine cabinet than I do about the drink.
Those are nothing to be worried about. They're prescribed by the studio doctor. That when you do an emotional scene, you can't just let that go and then go to bed. They help with that.
Didn't realize you were still doing that many strong emotional parts.
I'm just a has-been, huh?
That's not what I said.
I still make enough to pay rent on this place. And I haven't let life beat me down so badly, I had a breakdown and refused to get out of bed for 2 months. I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't mean to be cruel. It's almost 9 o'clock. That orchestra program you like, it'll be on the radio. I'll make a pot of tea and we can go listen together, okay?
All right, dear. I'm sorry to be such a burden to you.
Don't start with that. You know I like having you here. Let's go downstairs, all right?
That'll be nice, dear.
The story of Dr. Kildare, starring Lou Ayres and Lionel Barrymore. Supporting cast: Isabel Jewell, Bill Johnstone, and Peggy Weber.
Okay, folks, we've had a few changes in the script. Replace your copies with these of pages 4 through 7.
Why are there always last-minute changes?
Relax, sugar, it's radio. It's not like you have to memorize your lines.
That's why I like working with you, Izzy. You always take stuff in stride. These kids today pitch a fit if they have to think about what they're doing.
Well, you're a trooper just like me, Lou, and I'm sure you've had your fair share of last-minute changes. Do you know, I got my first role on Broadway with 3 hours notice before I had to go on.
And I'll bet you were terrific.
I was pretty good. Probably should have stayed in New York. I might be working more.
Don't let a bad patch get you down. I haven't made a picture in 2 years. I thought I was going to have to start selling shoes, but then they brought Dr. Kildare back to life on the radio. It's a good thing I don't sound as old as I look.
They couldn't have cast anyone other than you, Lou. I mean, after all the Kildare movies you made, nobody would believe anyone but you in the role.
And Isabel, can I give you a tip?
Yeah.
Have your agent start checking into television. It's not as glamorous as the movies, but I'll bet there'll be lots of opportunities available. Heck, one day it may even replace the movies.
You think so?
I do. And they're going to need our experience. They're trying to learn the business end, and they're not going to have time to train a whole generation of actors.
All right. If everyone's looked over the changes, we're ready to record scene 1. We need Lou, Nick, and Isabel on mics, all set. Okay, recording in 3, 2, 1.
And now, the story of Dr. Kildare, starring Lou Ayres as Dr. Kildare and Lionel Barrymore as Dr. Gillespie.
Isabel, the mail came. This one looks important.
They all look important. It's probably just a shoe sale from Bullock's.
Bad news?
Just a reminder. I must have forgotten to pay the electric bill last month.
Do we need to do some economizing, Isabel? I know jobs have been harder to come by lately, and I put an extra burden on you.
You're not a burden. We've talked about this. I've had a couple good TV roles this year, and Charlie has a line on that new picture about the singer all the teenage girls are crazy about.
Oh, Pat Boone?
That's the one. How do you know Pat Boone?
We can't listen to the radio very long without hearing that name.
I guess not. Well, and there's another way I might pick up some extra cash as well.
Outside of films?
Yeah, my friend Shirley. She teaches night classes to immigrants, helping them learn English. Well, she's got a really big class this year, and she asked if I wouldn't mind helping out.
Teaching English? Would you like that, dear?
I think I'd be good at it. I always got straight A's in English, and the girls in Hamilton wanted me to help them write their papers. And since I know a little bit in a couple other languages, I figure that can't hurt.
When would you start?
And when she gets the okay from her boss, but she's pretty sure he'll go for it. They really don't like those classes getting too big.
Well, that sounds like it could be a very nice thing for you, Isabel.
I like that it's at night, so it won't interfere with our daytime shoots.
Still, I've been thinking, perhaps I ought to go back to Shoshoni. It's a shame to let that house just stand empty. I never have gotten used to this city life that you love. I miss the open space and the peace and quiet.
No one's been in that house for 7 years. It might not even be livable anymore.
It'll need some cleaning and probably some paint, but I locked it up before I left. Besides, Jimmy Ferguson said he'd keep an eye on it. And who would bother it?
I'd say you're being optimistic, but in a town like Shoshoni, you just might be right. Yeah, you locked the house up. Because who would touch it, Everyone. That's new.
Hello. You're Miss Jewell, the movie star, aren't you? We saw you at our school yesterday.
Go on. I don't need any Girl Scout cookies.
We're not Girl Scouts.
I said go on. I'm busy.
I guess we better go.
No way. When are we ever gonna see a real-life movie star in Shoshoni again? I'm not leaving without her autograph.
Please, Miss Jewell, I only want an autograph. My friend here is a big fan of yours. She's seen you on movies on TV, and we both saw you in the matinee theater last year.
Please, Miss Jewell. Please open the door, Miss Jewell. I've dreamt of being in the movies since I was a little girl. This is my first chance to meet a real-life movie star.
You're cleaning out your old house, right? We can help you. We'd be happy to help. We're good at cleaning.
You two don't know what you'd be getting into. It's a god-awful mess in here. Now why don't you be good girls and go on home?
Well, if we can't help, can I at least please have an autograph?
All right. You can't come inside. You'd be embarrassed to have anybody see what an absolute wreck it is.
We wouldn't mind.
I said no. Now let me sit down and I'll write in your books. What's your name?
Sydney.
With a Y?
Yes, ma'am. Best on all your dreams. Isabel Jewell. Thank you, Miss Jewell. Maybe someday we'll be in a movie together.
Sound like me when I was your age.
That makes me happy. If your dreams came true, maybe mine will too.
I wouldn't exactly say my dreams came true.
But you're in the movies.
Being in the movies isn't all it's cracked up to be. It's not just glamorous parties and famous fancy clothes. It's hard work. And I bet you don't want to just be in the movies. You want to be a movie star.
Of course.
For every star in Hollywood, there's 100 girls like me who get nothing but bit parts. And 1,000 more girls who don't get any parts at all.
Even bit parts would be exciting.
Let me show you two something. Wait here. This was my first ever movie.
You're so pretty there.
It was a bit part. I didn't even get credited. They promised me I'd do better on my next film, but I'm still no credit. Bit part. Bit part. That was actually a slightly bigger role. I played a murderer. Did pretty good. It even got me a contract, which meant steady work. But they were all bit parts.
Oh look, Gone with the Wind. I've seen that.
Yeah. Biggest movie ever made. And I had one line.
Your name is big on that poster.
Yeah. Danger, women at work. I was one of 3 lead women in that film. Did either of you see it? Neither did anybody else. It's pretty stupid. Roles got smaller and just went downhill from there. My point is, if you want to be rich and famous, you have a better chance buying tickets for the Irish sweepstakes. Hollywood doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares if you can make money for it.
Gosh.
You know, I teach English classes at night now, and I make better money than I ever did acting.
My mom is a teacher.
Good, that's a dream that can happen. I mean, be a teacher, a nurse, a mother. Pick a dream that can come true. You'll be happier in the long run.
Are you unhappy?
Everyone's unhappy sometimes. But we have ways of cheering ourselves up. You two girls should go home. Your mothers will be wondering where you are.
She's right. I already got in trouble once this week for not coming straight home. Thank you for showing us your scrapbook, Miss Jewell.
And thank you for the autograph.
You're welcome. Maybe it'll be worth something someday. Probably not.
Looks like we're going to be letting you go. Someone's here to post bail for you.
Thank God. Not that I haven't appreciated the hospitality, Sergeant.
Well, we ain't the fanciest digs in Vegas. The court will issue an appearance date, and you'll need to make an appearance for that, unless you want a longer stay in our charming facility.
No thank you. A few hours was more than enough. Now, my lawyer will be in touch and clear up the whole misunderstanding before it ever goes to court.
Lady, you can't write checks for money you don't have. That's not too hard to understand. And the guys who run the resorts around here, they don't have much of a sense of humor for that sort of thing. So I recommend it doesn't happen again.
I wouldn't dream of it. The fault, dear Sergeant, was in my mathematics, not in my honesty. Do I really look like an egghead with numbers?
You look like someone who ought to know better.
I don't look familiar?
Why? Have we arrested you before?
No, I... Never mind.
Now that you mention it, you kind of look like that dame that was on the Untouchables a couple weeks ago.
Sophie, that was me. See, I'm an actress. I certainly don't need to pass bad checks. It was an error in my arithmetic.
There's no use telling it to me. The judge will have to make that call. Is that your friend who's going to bail you out?
Yes, this is Miss Gertrude Michael. Surely you recognize her.
Name kind of sounds familiar, but sorry. I don't go to the movies much. Looks like everything's in order. You're ready to go now.
Thank you. And, Sergeant, you should get out more.
You all right, Izzy?
I'm fine.
What were you thinking? Bad checks? Didn't you just get paid for that TV gig?
I did, but money's been tight. I thought I could turn a couple $100 into a couple thousand.
And how'd that work out for you?
I turned it into $18.52. I guess that's why they call it craps.
So you wrote a bad check?
I wrote 3 of them. I thought I could get away with a few small ones better than one big one. Gertie, I had to do something. I was so upset when I lost that money, and I needed something to get myself into better spirits. But that kind of thing takes cash, you know, and...
Did you get any before they picked you up for the checks?
No, I didn't have a chance. Do you have anything?
You think I'm dumb enough to walk into a police station with that in my purse? Check the glove box.
Gertie, you are an angel. Now let's get out of here.
I live to serve, madame.
Well, I've got good news for you, ma'am. The car's not stolen.
That is good news, yeah.
But I've got some bad news for you, too. You were swerving across the white line several times. About a half mile back, you blew a stoplight. So what I'm going to need you to do is make sure your keys stay in the car. I'm going to need you to step out of your vehicle for me, please.
Oh.
Step. Step. Now I'm going to have you step over here to the sidewalk for me, please.
I was crying and they're not...
I'm going to need to do a breathalyzer on you. So I'm going to have you stand against this wall for me. Hold on there.
I've been upset. I know there's not a reason, and that's my eyes. I was driving and my mother died like a week ago. And I really thought going for a drive would help me. I've just been so upset.
I understand.
And so I went for a drive, and I know I shouldn't have, but I thought it would help clear my head. And then I saw these peony bushes, and they were my mother's favorite flower. So I just started crying, and I couldn't stop. And I know I should have pulled over, but my eyes are just, I'm just upset. I've just been really upset.
I understand, and I'm sorry for your loss. This is a breathalyzer test I'm going to give you. Now what I want you to do, I want you to blow into this tube as hard as you can. Exhaust all your breath into it. I don't want you to stop blowing until all the air is out of you, okay? You ready? Nice deep breath. Okay, ready? Start. Blow, blow. Keep blowing. Ma'am, I'm going to have to arrest you for drunk driving. You're extremely intoxicated.
No, it's just I was upset, and I was being bright, and I just need a few minutes.
Cooperate with me. I'm going to put you in the car. I don't want to put you in handcuffs.
Are you still looking for someone to play the landlady in Sweet Kill?
Yeah, it's been a lot harder than I thought it was. I need somebody who's willing to look like they're in their 60s, and every woman I've talked to who is 60 is trying to convince me she's 45.
And she needs to work for scale. You know what our budget is.
What budget?
My point exactly. You know, this may be a crazy idea, but I think she's still around. What about Isabel Jewell?
Who?
Oh, you've seen her in a ton of things. She's been around since the early 30s. Gone with the Wind. She was married to the overseer, Emmy somebody.
I can't place it.
She was the tubercular hooker in Lost Horizon.
Okay, I think I remember that. Has she done anything more recent?
TV guest shots.
Does Roger know anything about her?
He might. He knows a bunch of those old timers. Call him.
Roger, it's Kurt. You got a minute?
Oh, for you, sure. How are you feeling? Pumped up and raring to go?
Yeah, and scared to death.
Yeah, that's natural. It's your first feature. You'll do great, kid. How can I help you?
We're still trying to cast the landlady part. Tamara had an idea. Do you know Isabel Jewell?
Now, there's a name that takes me back. I haven't run into her in a while. She was a damn good little actress in her time. But it's been a while since it's been her time.
Well, do you think she could do the part?
Not a big part, right?
Right. We need her to be kind of snoopy in a sort of funny way, but also kind of sympathetic towards the lead.
Does it matter if she's short?
No, I don't care what she looks like as long as she looks like she's 60.
She fills that bill. Yeah, I don't know if she's still available. Last thing I heard, she was working with that Warhol character in New York on some pic he's making with Edie Sedgwick.
Well, she's working. That's a good sign, right?
I don't know about working with that outfit. Isabel always liked to party, and some of the stuff you hear about the factory, I don't imagine it's done much for her sobriety.
She's not a drunk. I don't need that headache.
I never heard that she was a problem on a set. But after hours, lock up your pills and your booze.
Do you think she'd work cheap?
She probably would. Not much comes her way these days.
I think I'm going to check her out. Do you think she'd be weird about working with a first-time director?
Now, one thing I can say about Izzy, she was always willing to give somebody a chance.
Right. Thanks, Roger. That your opinion means a lot.
Hey, you're gonna be fine, kid. Hey, with Tab Hunter, Sweet Kill should knock him dead at the box office.
I hope so. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, kid.
Can you do some digging and see if Isabel still has an agent?
I'm on it.
Hello, how can I help you?
I'm here to pick up the ashes of Miss Isabel Jewell.
We just need to confirm that you're authorized to do so. Let me find that file. Are you a relative of the deceased?
Friend. She didn't have any living family that I'm aware of. I'm the executor of her will.
There's a note in the file indicating that somebody inquired about the possibility of sending the cremains to the family home in Shoshoni, Wyoming for burial.
I'm afraid there no longer is a family home in Shoshoni. Isabel and her mother were the last two, and they lived here in California for many years.
We do have an executor listed here as an authorized receiver. I'll just need a piece of identification. Thank you, sir. See, we will need you to sign here and here. All remember seeing Miss Jewell in several films. She was truly amazing. Thank you for entrusting us with her arrangements, and we're very sorry for your loss.
Thank you. She was one of a kind. I'll miss her.
Through the plain, through the Wind River Range, button shoes and ponytails, be a cowgirl riding trails, wandering through the days of make-believe. Dive with the whales, pull on dragons' tails, Wind River grins, and the dream begin, calling you to reach for the stars at night. Perfect moon out there, be a guiding light, fortune, fame, and curtain calls, sensation overnight. You're the star and the belle of the ball tonight. Perfect moon hangs in the air, great white way is waiting there. From this cowboy neighborhood to the hills of Hollywood, celebrities and millionaires, so refined and debonair. Get a star on the boulevard, cut the deck and do the